Spirit guides, angels, your higher self, and loved ones in spirit all use signs, symbols, and coincidences to communicate with you. But often we just aren't paying attention, or we discount them as not being real, and then we complain that we can't connect. The truth is, you are always connected. Your guides are always communicating, and all you need to do is just open up your heart to see, feel, and hear them. Today on The Light Alignment, let's talk about signs and symbols. How do they show up? And we'll also do an exercise to help you build up a sign dictionary. You can use this to communicate more easily with your guides and the higher realms. Hi, I'm Jeanette. Welcome to The Light Alignment. When you connect with a spirit guide and you ask a question, chances are they won't magically appear in front of you and have a full conversation. Mainly because most of us aren't really ready for that or able to connect to them on that level. Your guides will communicate in ways that don't overwhelm or scare you. So most of the time, they speak to you by showing you a symbol or a sign which represents an experience, a memory, an emotion, an action, a person, or a thing. These symbols can show up in your dreams, in meditation, in your third eye, and in your everyday life in the world around you. Signs are never ever based in fear. So if that's what you're getting, that's your ego talking, not spirit. Signs will repeat until you finally see or acknowledge them. And your guides will bring you signs to point you in the right direction or to the right information so that you can make your own decisions. They're not going to make them for you. The most important thing about signs and symbols and coincidences is what they mean to you. Always go with your intuition on what the message is, on what that symbol means or represents in your life. The main ways that symbols show up are, number one, dreams. This is where you communicate the most with your spirit guides and loved ones. They will use symbols and create different experiences in your dreams to connect with you. If you don't remember your dreams, or you only remember bits and pieces, then try and focus on how you felt during the dream and how you felt when you woke up. Did you wake up feeling loved and inspired? Did you feel strong and motivated? Did you feel calmer and more accepting? How you feel is the most important clue to the message. Number two, music. Music is the language of the universe. Music can raise your vibration and act like a soundtrack to your life. We all have songs that we connect to for certain people or to different times in our lives. If you keep hearing a song on the radio or you get a song stuck in your head, then look to see what that song means to you. Can you connect it to a person or a time or an experience? If you can't connect it, then what you need to do is look up the lyrics. This is where you will find a message. Number three, synchronicity. Synchronicity is a coincidence which is meaningful to you. So if you're worried about something and you ask the universe for an answer and then you just happen to overhear a conversation or watch a video or read a book that has the exact solution you're looking for, that's not a coincidence. When you think about someone and then they call you, when you're running late leaving the house and then you find you miss out on a car accident that otherwise you would have been right in the middle of, or when the right information, the right person, the right experience appears in your life at exactly the right time, then that is the universe lining up to give you the answer. That is synchronicity. The more spiritual you become, the more your life will flow and the more synchronicity you'll notice. 4. Numbers. Angels and spirit often use number patterns or repeating numbers to get your attention. If you look at the time and it always seems to be 1111 or 333, or when you keep noticing the same numbers appearing over and over, then go to angel number meanings and look up the message they're trying to give you. You also find this with significant numbers for family. So if it's someone's birthday, then you may see those numbers come up again and again when you're talking about that person or when you're connecting to that person. Number 5, animals. Animals are messengers from spirit. You may have had an animal or a bird or an insect that you connect to a certain person. I have a friend who knows her dad is around in spirit when a certain bird shows up outside her window. Another friend does the same thing except with butterflies. If you don't have a connection already with that animal or bird or insect, then what you need to do is search the animal totem meaning. There will be a message about the qualities that that animal is bringing you at this time in your life. Maybe right now you need self-love or strength or motivation. Maybe you just need some healing and rest. Number 6, objects. Now, people talk a lot about finding feathers as signs from the angels and spirit or coins. But really, it could be any object that means something to you. It honestly all comes down to what you connect the object to. Is it linked to a person? Is it linked to a memory? Something from your childhood? What does that object represent in your world? Now, we will be looking at how to talk to spirit guides and angels in future videos, but it really is important that you first understand the messages you are already receiving every single day in small signs, symbols, dreams, and coincidences. I want to do an exercise to start to build up your dictionary of signs and symbols. The bigger your dictionary, the easier it will be for you to understand the messages coming from spirit and from loved ones. So the first one is to do with the significant people in your life. So let's start with your family and close friends. If you were to describe that particular person with a symbol, what would it be? Now I want you to think about, who are they? What is it they love to do? How is it they connect to you? What shared experiences do you have? For example, your best friend might be obsessed with a band, and every single time you hear that music, you connect it to her. Maybe you have a nana who loved gardening, so your symbol for her might be a type of flower that she grew. Maybe your brother loves motorbikes or car racing, then that becomes a symbol for them. It's a way to know that you're connecting to their energy. Other symbols that you get may be a little bit more generic. So if you're driving your car and you see a stop sign, what do? Well, just like in real life, if you see a stop sign in a dream or meditation, then the message is stop. Stop and look before you move ahead. Assess the situation and make sure that it's safe first. Now let's have a look at some symbols. We're going to look at some symbol cards, and what I want you to do is take a screenshot on your phone or take a photo from the computer or TV that you're watching. Then go through each symbol one by one in your own time, and just go with your gut reaction. Go with your intuition. If you saw each one of these symbols in a dream or in your mind, what meaning would you take from it? There are no right or wrong answers. It's just you adding to your own spiritual dictionary, and it's different for every person. You also need to add in any other symbols that you're already using. So I hope this has helped you open up your awareness and maybe think a little bit differently about how your guides are communicating with you every day. Keep an eye out for our next videos about connecting to spirit, angels and guides. That's coming soon. And in the meantime, let me know in the comments what signs you receive from the other side, or maybe a sign or symbol that was really surprising, but you got the message anyway. I'm Jeanette. Thank you so much for being a part of the Light Alignment. Take lots of care, and I'll see you next time.